What is up, guys? JT Tapias with the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan, and I am a professional fitness life coach, and I speak about things that edify the mind, the body, and the spirit from a Christian perspective. Today, we're going to speak about stewardship of the body. More importantly, a thing that comes up quite often with my members, with my clients, and that is eating out. JT, what do I do if all of a sudden there is a work function, there is a gathering, there is a party, I'm doing so great on this diet, 3 weeks in, 6 weeks in, I'm 15 pounds down, I haven't had many mishaps or any at all, but that work function pops up. What do? I think that's a great question, and first and foremost, I think we need to identify the foe, the restaurant. Let's keep in mind that restaurants are in the business of bringing you back, and so they put crack in their food. Things such as sugar, butter, oils, dressings, everything that makes it taste really, really good because they want you to come back, right? I also want you to notice that restaurants are very, very smart in the way they market to you. That's right, the way they market to you. Now, I'm not simply saying the way they get you into the restaurant. That's a smart way as well, because when you see commercials, everything in the commercial looks juicy and fresh, and you have this person smiling and their family's with them, and it looks like they're having a great time, and it evokes emotions of wanting to go there with your family and have a good time, right? And so it's not the attraction marketing that they're doing. It's more so when you actually walk through their doors. I want to make you aware of something that you already know, but maybe you just haven't realized this. If you look at most restaurants, the color that they use for marketing is red. Think of Chipotle, Burger King, McDonald's, Fridays. They all have red, right? And the reason for that is because red actually makes us more aggressive, more hungry, right? And so maybe you're kind of on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being none, 10 being super hungry. Maybe you're just at a 6, but all of a sudden you walk through the restaurant doors, your senses are impacted, your smell, auditory, visual, everything is the way it needs to be. They sit you at this incredible table, and guess what? The insulin spike begins when the bread basket comes to the table. That is very, very smart on their part, because what happens is when that bread comes out and you eat that bread and you're just like, I'm just gonna have a little bite of bread. What that bread does is it makes you incredibly hungry because you spike a bunch of insulin. That's right. The bread is intended to spike insulin so that when you grab that menu and you see all of those delicious things, which by the way, they're very intentional in the way they organize their food inside of that menu, you're triggered, you're tempted, and you're ready to take out a small village. My friend, I know this sounds like, wow, these people have a plot. But guess what? You have me on your side, so I'm here to give you some great tips. I'm going to give you 5 tips that are going to help you just overcome all of these situations, all these triggers and temptations. But more importantly, you're not going to deprive yourself. You're just going to go in there. You're going to do just enough. You're not going to feel deprived in any way. You're not going to be the weird person drinking water while everyone is having a good time. I'm going to show you how to do that in a very efficient way. And so number 1, this is that rule that your mom taught you. Hey, never go grocery shopping when you're hungry, right? Of course, you want to have a protein shake or one of the meals that you are on before you actually go out to a work function, event, party, or that thing. Why? You're probably thinking, well, JT, I'm going to that place to eat, right? What's the point of eating before going there? Great question. Here's why. We want to make sure that we're minimizing the amount of bad calories that we might actually eat at that restaurant. And one great way to do that is eat a meal that's already within your plan, have a protein shake, and when you get there, you can still sort of, if you don't take the advice I'm going to tell you in 2, 3, 4, and 5, hey, you're still going to minimize these cravings significantly. By the way, you can apply this to Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any time that you are triggered or tempted and you're going into a situation where you don't know how to respond. You want to stay within the guidelines of whatever program you're on. And so, number 1, don't leave your house hungry. Number 2, you want to make sure you go online and you look at the menu, okay? You want to look at this menu, and you can never go wrong with veggies, salads, and then your proteins are grilled, baked, steamed, right? And if you're a vegan, if you're a plant-based person, then obviously you want to choose some plant-based proteins that will bring some protein. Protein is very filling, right? And so with the salads, if you're gonna get a dressing, you wanna get some balsamic vinaigrette, put it on the side and just dip as you go. Just a little container, just dip as you go. Don't drench your salad with your veggies. Get 2 sides of veggies, right? Most places have broccoli, green beans, asparagus. Just get 2 sides of that and then get a nice piece of protein. And here is the trick, okay? You wanna tell the waiter that you're sensitive to sodium, okay? Now, we're not lying to the waiter. We are all sensitive to sodium. Hence the reason why you leave these restaurants sometimes and your fingers feel puffy, right? They feel puffy because all the sodium intake. So when you tell the waiter that, what you wanna do, the waiter's gonna go to the back. Usually your proteins are already pre-packaged. That's right, if they're at a restaurant, they're already pre-packaged in a little bag with all the condiments and all the things, MSG, all the things that they put in it, right? Generally, if you can say to the waiter, this sounds a little much, but hey, hear me out. It's worked for me in the past. Say, I'm super sensitive to sodium. Is it possible for the cook or the chef back there to not put any extra condiments and make it as bland as possible? They're gonna kind of look at you like you have 4 heads, right? They're gonna say, are you sure? I said, yeah, no worries. When it comes out, I will season it myself. What you wanna do is you wanna get a little dipping sauce on the side, right? And then you're just gonna cut your protein and then just dip as you go. And you're sort of in control of that sodium intake versus letting them drench it with all the sodium and all the things that they put in it, okay? So this is really, really important. That's point number 4. Point number 5, right? When you get done with the salad or the veggies with the proteins that are grilled, baked, or steamed, there may be a plant-based protein that you choose, okay? When that menu starts coming around for desserts, I want you to order coffee or tea. You're like, JT, really? I can't bite the cheesecake or the thing. I'm telling you right now, as soon as you do that, boom, you spike that insulin, you get super hungry. In the next couple of days, you're going to be starving. So you wanna make sure you get some black coffee or some tea. You can put some stevia in it. Make it taste good. Have your coffee nice and slow. You're still taking part in the social event while people have their cake and their thing. I promise one thing is gonna happen. As soon as you walk out the door, you're gonna feel amazing that you actually stayed on track and you followed what you said you were gonna do. And this is what builds self-confidence, not the prideful self-confidence of thinking you're more than others. Simply, you're going to say that you're gonna do something, right? You're gonna make a statement to yourself. This is what I'm doing, this is what I'm eating, and you follow through on that. You actually build rapport with yourself, right? I can do a whole other video on self-confidence, how we build that healthy self-confidence through actually doing the things we said we were gonna do. My friend, I hope you enjoyed this video. More importantly, I hope that this gives you the tools necessary to tame your hunger at restaurants, to eat healthy, even if you go to the worst restaurant in the world. I promise if you apply these things, you're gonna walk out of there feeling great, satisfied, you're gonna stay on track with your goals. And guess what? You're probably gonna get a call or a couple emails from people that were there. They're like, hey, I saw you doing something, you look great, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden you become an example to those people. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love this one. JT Tapias with the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.